Tonight on Cross Currents, the tragedy of apartheid still holds South Africa in its grip. But as the tension continues, black actors are bringing new expression and understanding to the turmoil. The conflicts of apartheid come sharply to life in a powerful play called Bopha. Cross Currents with Jim Carney.
One of the most perplexing aspects of the struggle over apartheid in South Africa is that so often blacks seem to be fighting blacks. Sure, we hear a lot about police brutality, but as often as not, the police have been called in to quell some violence in the black community. We read of savage, horrifying attacks, of riots and massacres in the black townships, of grisly deaths like necklacing, where a rubber tire is placed around the victim's neck and set on fire, or of people being hacked to death with machetes. In so many cases, the perpetrators are black and the victims are black. It's often explained as deriving from old tribal antagonisms, and for many, it raises a doubt as to whether the black African is ready for self-government. The film tonight takes us to the heart of that question. These conflicts are not the result of ancient tribal antagonisms. They are the result of apartheid, in the same way that the social and economic chaos and unbelievable misery in neighboring countries such as Angola and Mozambique are a product of apartheid. Because apartheid divides. It separates people, not just white from black, but black from black too. And because it creates anger, bitterness, and hate. The film you'll see tonight is a brilliant illustration of how this works. The film is called Bopha. Now, Bopha is a Zulu word which means to fasten or to tighten. It's used by police when arresting and handcuffing blacks. But black youth have given it a new meaning, to resist.
Left, right, left, right. This is not a police station.
The film is unusual in that it incorporates scenes from a powerful stage play written by black playwright Percy Mthwa and performed by a group of virtuoso actors with documentary film footage shot in the streets and alleys of the sprawling black townships. The stage play Bopha represents a new genre of street or protest theater in Africa, which includes such plays as Woza Albert, Children of Asazi, and Born in the RSA. It's played very successfully in New York and Los Angeles. And after tonight, I think you'll agree it's riveting stuff.
What do you want from us?
Bopha illustrates how the apartheid system holds the entire society hostage. The disenfranchised, rootless black man who rejects the system and then joins it cannot win. The cooperative, conscientious black man who does his duty loses everything. The young, idealistic reformer is defeated. By implication, the white elite who control the strings cannot let go, for the whole thing might collapse. The play shows how apartheid is not simply a racist ideology, which can be exchanged for a more liberal one, as one might change hats, but rather how apartheid forms the very structure and core of South African society and is consequently so difficult to dislodge. And it shows the bitterness and frustration that that breeds, and thus the violence. A lot to ask from three actors on a virtually bare stage, but they do it. Watch.
This is the face of apartheid. Each of these South Africans confront apartheid as an overwhelming fact of daily life. Some oppose the system. Others submit and collaborate. The South African authorities talk of tribal warfare. Blacks killing blacks in an orgy of violence from which only the white government can save them. But blacks who live in the apartheid state know a different truth.
No, they are trying to help the government. There's nothing else. The government is using them against his own people. That's the whole thing.
They do not war with themselves, but with that part of themselves which still wears the mask of apartheid. Most prominent and feared of these collaborators are the black police, those who wield the hated power of Bopha over their own people. Bopha, arrest. In Soweto, a 19-year-old student, Clive Kutswane, is laid to rest after being shot dead by a black policeman. His body is carried through the streets of Soweto under the banner of the outlawed African National Congress. When the funeral procession passes the house of the black policeman who shot Clive, the father confronts his son's killer. This is not the image of South Africa its government wants the world to see. It bans the press from reporting on any form of protest. It lashes out against journalists with an official violence. The image the authorities want to project is that of constructive reform at their own pace. But they cannot control all forms of expression in the land. Far from the ceremony of a police parade, these black actors have donned a familiar uniform to report their version of life and death in a police state.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is yet another proud moment in the Republic of South Africa. The South African Police Graduation Parade. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm very proud to present to you the Minister of Law and Order. Hey! Hey!
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our policemen have carried out their duties with such high-grade competition that the whole world is jealous. Yeah, the whole world hates South Africa today because of the clever ways in which our policemen know just how and when to prevent crime and other disturbances from going too far. Yeah, even Great Britain is jealous because the percentage of arrests made by our policemen is higher than the percentage of arrests made by the highly praised Metropolitan Police of London. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, one lesson becomes very clear today. The South African police will stand no excuse me, no nonsense. No nonsense. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, we as policemen will always, at all times, live up to our motto. We serve and we protect.
The pomp of a graduation parade for police recruits is satirized for a black township audience. The Earth Players are presenting their play about the lives of black policemen. They call it Bopha. Bopha is a familiar word to African ears. It means arrest. Arrest for working without a permit, for being somewhere without permission, arrest for being a student activist, arrest for talking back to a policeman, arrest to stop you from doing something you hadn't even thought of, arrest for being black. Bopha is a play about black policemen who enforce apartheid.
What do you want from us? What do you want from us?
Most of South Africa's blacks have limited access to theater. Percy Mtwa and the Earth Players, Aubrey Ridebe, Sidney Kumalo, and Aubrey Molefe take their play Bopha from township to township. In South Africa today, black theater blends a rich African culture of music and dance with elements of Western drama.
Welcome to the South African Police Training College. Now listen very carefully. This is not a sunny city where you dance.
When you add to this a continuing political crisis in South Africa, you have what Percy calls contemporary theater. Since newspapers and television are heavily censored, drama distills and chronicles the truth of apartheid. In this theater, the players and writers get as much from their audiences as they give.
It's not a question of sitting down and imagining things. Go to the people, talk to the people. They've got stories to tell. For us to be able to evolve a story, it is the people in the streets that have got stories to tell. We are not going to sit and imagine a story. Let's go out to those people and find the experiences, and it is those people that are going to tell the story. So Bopha is a story told through the people.
Hey, you beat me.
We don't have theaters in the townships. We rehearse and perform our shows where we can. In this case, Bopha began in a garage. We get the inspiration from the people who gather around us when we rehearse.
All those facilities, they've given birth to a different kind of theater, which people call township theater, theater with energy. And this energy springs from that need to communicate. But as an actor, I believe that we are dealing with people around us. We are, well, it's like a media, theater. We are communicating something to the people. Theater, of course, it is an entertainment, but because political change is a necessity, is an emergency in this country. Therefore, it is important that our theater then deals with the situation and helps to make the situation better.
The black townships where Bopha plays are a creation of apartheid. Satellites built to seal off the black labor force from white areas. They are called shadow cities. Far larger in population than the white towns they serve, yet lacking many of the basic amenities that every white town has. Until recently, all the townships were controlled by the white authorities through black representatives, supported by the police. Revolt against apartheid now centers on the townships. The government calls black protest anarchy. Black South Africans call it the struggle for self-determination. One key to the strategy of taking control of the townships is the destruction of the black police force as a tool of apartheid. The theme of Bopha, the Black Police, is very close to Percy Mtwa and Aubrey Ridebi. They are both from police families.
It was like an experience I had since I was a policeman. My father is still a policeman right now, and Percy's father was a policeman.
I watched my father. To me, it was like we still lived. I lived with a policeman throughout my life in that house. You see, and I felt that is very, very much important. People have to understand this, that the government does not just split us according to our work, but it also splits us in our families as well. I think it was because of the things my father was being taught. At some stage, I would sit with my friends and discuss the situation. And if my father walks in and he finds us discussing that situation, we are talking rubbish. Call us communists and what have you, and you're never going to come and discuss such things here in my house.
So despised are the Black Police, they have a special nickname, Jandini. This is the name that Mtwa gives to the policeman in his play.
This name, in Jandini, comes from the townships. The way police in the townships treat our black people, people have given them a name already. They call them Onjandini, which means bloody dogs.
But Bopha is not a trap. For all its satire, it is deeply sensitive to the plight of the black policeman, trapped between his allegiance to the master that pays him and the community that raised him. Percy Mtwa and the Earth Players personalize this plight by showing the conflict within one family of father, uncle, and son.
Where were you when I was an idiot? A vagrant? No job, no money, no...
The father and uncle are both policemen, the son an activist.
Basically, Bopha is a three-hander. The first character is Njandini, who represents in our society those policemen in the police force who are very, very loyal and are ignorant of the situation around them.
Hey, the law is the law. The police are not the law. The police are the protectors of the law.
And Naledi represents, for me, a policeman in the police force who realizes the situation but has got nothing to do with it. But he feels as a human being he's got to fight for his rights. And the Zolake, who is a schoolboy, for me, represents the anger of the people in the townships.
Jabula mama, jabulu mangishayi bunu. Jabula mama, jabulu mangishayi bunu.
And then? Here we are now. It's 10 o'clock. Where do you come from?
I'm from the school meeting.
School meetings are hard. How many times must I tell you about these meetings, Kwetin?
What's wrong with these meetings, Bob?
Zolake, I'm watching you, my boy. You and that bloody friend of yours, Bule. Comrade. Huh?
What must we do, Bob? There's a lot wrong going on in our schools. Age limit, corporal punishment, white principals, wrong education. Do you remember in 1976? They wanted us to do mathematics in Afrikaans. Can you do that one, Abba?
You can do mathematics in Afrikaans, English in Afrikaans, Zulu in Afrikaans. We are financing its education. If you don't want to go to school, forget it, man.
The problem is not you're a policeman, Abba.
Huh? What did you say about the police, my boy? Huh? What did you say about the police?
Nothing.
What did you say about the police, man? Damn it! So for Sonyo. And that bloody uncle of yours, Naledi from Kwakwa. And yet I'm working for you. And your bloody education, swine. You dress the police, you eat the police, and you school the police. Yeah, well, enough. This is my job, man. And I'm doing my job. It's my job. Hey, where were you when I was an idiot? Huh? A vagrant. No job, no money, no house, no wife, no nothing. Where were you, man?
Hey, the law is the law. The police are not the law. The police are the protectors of the law. And the law is made by the white men there in Pretoria. Comrade, let Pretoria not in my house. Oh, I'm proud to be a sergeant today. A true gentleman. A man amongst men. A policeman of strength and loyalty. Unjandini, law. No schoolboy is going to tell me what to do with my life in my house. You got in? Guys, in this house in Fanawami, we are going to follow in my footsteps. When I say left, I want your left foot there. And when I say
The
right,
policeman's
on
brother,
your path.
Naledi, has come to Johannesburg in search of work. He hopes Jandini will help him find a job.
Man. Left, right, left, right. This is not a police station, man.
Good evening. Culprit number 2. Did you find a job?
How?
Huh?
How? Hey, Laban. Abuti, here. Fix my bus.
Yeah. This is not a pass office info.
Right. Let's go to the pass office and fix my pass. So, like, Sergeant Ngobela said I must bring Jandini just to approve that I was born right here in Johannesburg. He refused. All what he wants me to do is to be a policeman like him. You beat me, Kanita.
Bele, if you can't beat them, join them.
No! Hakbat!
That's very easy. Very easy. Pack your things and footsack. Tomorrow morning, I don't want to see your face in my house. I'm trying to make you a man. You think I'm crazy? Footsack out of my house.
Where to?
Back to Kwa, on top of the mountains, and ride those horses until your bum runs red like a monkey. I'm going to sleep now. Good night.
I corner Zweli, man. I corner. I came to Johannesburg because my brother Jandini is here. I wanted him to help me fix my pass so that I can get a job. But he refused. It's 2 years now. I've been running up and down just because of a pass. I go to Kwakwa. The commissioner doesn't know me. I come to Joburg. The commissioner doesn't know me. Hati, where do I come from? Do I come from the sand like a tortoise? Hey, I was born right here in Johannesburg, in the white suburbs, Sandton. My mother was a domestic servant, a nanny. And today, they say they don't know me. I was arrested 3 times just because of a pass. Am I a criminal? And today, my brother Jandini wants me to be a policeman. What must I do? Must I join the police force and be a policeman like him? Just because of a pass? I don't want to be a policeman, man.
Yeah? Private meeting. Huh? Oh, you're laughing, ne? It's nice. I'm a clown. Jerry Lewis. Info. This is my house. I said I'm sleeping now. Lights off. Go.
From experience, Percy and Aubrey know what it's like to look for work for years at a time.
Yet those people come there every day, week after week, month after month, in the hope that one day they will get a job.
Since they're going to wait here till 3 o'clock, waiting for a job, and they may not find a job. Yet in another place, they may be employing people. So it's better for them to move off and go to another place. Just if the police come here and demand their pass books, they fight. Because, I mean, the police can see themselves that there's no work. What are they doing here? It's harassment.
Apartheid is a system not only of political control, but also economic control. The laws of apartheid determine where and even if blacks can work. In In Bopha, the actors become white when they put on a mustache and adopt the tone and gesture of the boss, something they have known all their lives.
This is the way they behave towards us. They believe we're inferior. They believe we're subhuman. They believe we're stupid. And because we know that we are not, in return, they become stupid.
Good morning, sir. What do you want? I want a job, Morenaka.
You want a job?
More.
You're not asking for a job.
Ask him, Morenaka, ask him.
Let me see your pass.
Oh.
What type of a job?
Anything, Morenaka.
Anything? What type of a job is that? Mamma mia! Look, no qualification.
Come on, Morenaka. They said I must come next week.
Okay, come back next week. I don't take people with no qualifications no more. You people are no good. No good. I give one a job plus free accommodation. Tomorrow, you tell the police. I get into serious trouble. I pay a big fine, man. 30 rand, 30 rand, 30 rand. You make me bad Italiana. No job. No job. No job.
What you want now?
Abuji, I'm sorry. What are you doing here?
I'm looking for a job.
Looking for a job?
Hey.
I'm with a pass. You are going to jail, Wena. Okay. Pass.
What's going on there?
Pass, this man is my brother.
Is his passbook right?
Yeah, Pass, it is right, but I think it can't be right if you can go to office.
Let me have a look. Let me have a look.
Hey, Pass! Hey! Attention now! You see now, clever, doing things behind my back. Pass. This man does not qualify to be here. Is this your brother? Yeah, Pass, he's my brother. But he's cheeky. How come? He doesn't want to work. But how can he work here, man? He does not qualify to be here.
Right, Morenaka. Let me just explain.
Shut up, Wena. Let me talk with the boss.
Let him explain. Thank you, Morenaka. Thank you very much. Morenaka, you see, the problem, I'm a Mosotho born right here in Joburg.
Historio. There is no such a thing as a Johannesburg suit, my friend.
Pass.
I don't want to waste my time with this man. Brother or no brother, Bopha.
Are you really going to arrest me, Abuji?
Hey, it's not me, info. It's the law. And don't ask me nonsense. Look at those people, eh? Look at those people, eh? There's no job. Where do you think you're going to work? You have no house, no wife, no cat, no dog, let alone a pig. We are a dog. Here we now. This is your last chance. Voulala! I can talk to the boss. He likes black people. Join the police force.
Oh, yeah.
Talk!
Well, if you can't beat them, join them.
No objections?
In South Africa, the number of blacks living below subsistence level is nearly 10 million. Unemployment is extremely high. It is the police force that offers one of the few opportunities for a secure job. Nearly half of the police force is black.
That force must be correct, disciplined, and most important, within the law. Right. You must remember the force which you apply will have an influence on the force which will be applied in the future. You must not aggravate that situation. What do I mean by aggravate the situation?
Yes, the real. To make worse the situation.
Right.
In training, police cadets are taught a version of the law that is quite different from the reality of police conduct.
Nee, maar. Twee fucking honden zo weer iets raken. Je moet gaan zeggen, je weer krijgt.
What is the main thing that you learned you must do when you are in a riot situation?
I think in the first place, you must be well organized and well disciplined, and must know to act under command.
Hence, the duty of the SAP is to maintain law, order, and peace.
The golden rule would be the principle of maintaining minimum force.
Thereby, we must always remember to work within the framework of law.
At the police training college, Naledi, the new recruit, gets the reputation as a troublemaker for expecting equal justice for white and black. In this scene, Aubrey Ridebi switches to the role of Buffalo, the drill sergeant.
What do you do if you find a black man who does not have a permit to be in the Bantu Affairs Administration area in Johannesburg, Cape Town, Bloemfontein, Durban, and Pretoria in terms of Section 10(1)A or B or C of Act number 25 of 1945?
No qualification, Sarge. Arrest.
Bopha.
What about white people, Sarge? Naledi. Sarge. Naledi. Sergeant, the law says never arrest a white man. Finish in the club. You are a troublemaker, now.
Sarge. Every time I ask you a question, troublemaker, troublemaker.
Bullshit. Class dismissed. We are a troublemaker, now.
Sarge. I'm here today in this training college because of this qualification. Some say,
do you think I believe what you tell me about Njandini? Your brother is trying to make you a man. When are we a boys? Idiot!
I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot.
You follow me. I'll show you what I can do to a recruit who's got his brains and mundu. Hack! Good morning, Majoro.
Morning, Buffalo. Why so early in the morning?
Majoro, I've got a rebel in my class.
Rebel?
Yeah, Majoro.
Who's there?
Naledi Muloi. He's always bullshitting me, Majoro.
Yo?
Today, when I teach him about influx control, he wants to know if he can arrest white people.
Bring him in.
Naledi Muloi.
Yes, sir. Look here. We teach you what is written in those books. Understand?
And when I tell him that a white peace officer is his senior, irrespective of rank, he said, no.
No, what? Are you the boss now? And what else, Bopha?
Even before Immorality Act was scrapped to Majoro, he said if he found a black man having a carnal intercourse with a white woman, he was going to leave them alone.
What? He's more bloody raving mad. Yo, that's all what you people want. To sleeping down with white people. Sex. Fucking donors. Look here. Let me catch you on top of a white woman. I shoot your fail hard dwarfs, dear. I am defaulting. I am defaulting this man. Do you know what that means? You are a criminal in the police force.
Buffalo, Major.
Strong physical training.
Thank you, Major. I am Buffalo. The law says if you find a black man who does not have a permit to be in the Bantu Affairs Administration area, Bopha.
Despite his reputation, Naledi becomes a full-fledged policeman. With thousands of fellow blacks, he will be on the front line of the Civil War. In 1976, students in South Africa's largest township, Soweto, revolted against an unequal educational system. Since then, they have been in the forefront of protest. The student-led boycotts bring recurring clashes with the police. One day, during a state of emergency crackdown, hundreds of students were loaded into troop carriers, known as hippos, and taken away.
They are being brutalized. What sense of justice will they ever have if they are treated this way? And now they are going to release these children piecemeal. Most of their parents are migrant workers. They're hardly here. They'll be coming once a month. Does it mean those children are going to rot? I offered to pay bail for them, and they are refusing bail.
And how old are the children?
Most of them are from 7 years. They are just babies.
What did the child do?
They were going from house to house yesterday in troops of 8 soldiers, collecting children indiscriminately. School,
which part was that?
In Deep Kloof,
And Dobsonville
and
also.
Snawana, and Rockville. Almost all of us.
Where are they doing?
Right, children were being arrested.
And there will be a large crowd of students. And I'll say,
Comrades, we want equality in education. Amanda!
and they will say,
Amanda! 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 Comrades, away with white teachers who carry guns in our classrooms. Kirkyavua! Kirkyavua! Comrades, Pule and all our comrades must be set free. A luta continua. Viva! 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 Viva!
Jandini enters, shouting the praises of his brother Naledi, who has just graduated from the police academy.
Objection! An objection!
Muzaman!
Constable Naledi. Now, let's tell him. Let's tell him. Now, whole policeman, qualified, bright future. Naledi, I'm going to get some pias. I want you to talk to this boy. Do you see that book? That one, man. Black power under the chair. Yeah. These are bad times for. They are not going to school. 3 months. They've banned the policemen. We're afraid of our own children. Ozolak and his friends. But come what may for. When he finishes school, I want him to become a policeman.
Hey, it didn't happen.
Okay.
I call. Our father was a policeman. You are a policeman. I'm a policeman.
Objection.
This way.
This boy is educated. 1 lieutenant, 2 captain, 3 major.
He's still the same. He's worse. He's mad. Solak, how are you doing at school?
Bad, Uncle. We are not going to school anymore. And 15 of our school kids were shot by the police.
15, 20? South Africa way. Where's your friend, Puli?
He's in jail. The police arrested him 6 months ago. And since then, we don't know what happened to him.
You see? That is why I didn't want to be a policeman.
But you're a policeman, Uncle. One day I'm going to see you on top of a heap.
Naledi, the pias are getting hot.
Siyaya, 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 Pitori, siyaya, siyaya, Pitori, siyaya, oh siyaya, Pitori, siyaya, siyaya, mama, Pitori, siyaya, siyaya, pasopa we malan, siyaya, siyaya, pasopa we pot, siyaya, siyaya, Pitori, siyaya, siyaya.
My father is a policeman.
Like Zwalaki in the play, Margaret Nkosi is an activist.
And, well, I'm a teacher. And
Her father is a policeman for the white government.
So we are having a problem in as far as that is concerned. Because I'm an activist and my father is a policeman, so there's a conflict in as far as our roles in society are concerned. My father doesn't want me to be an activist, much as I don't like him being a policeman. So there's that kind of conflict at home.
During the state of emergency, Margaret was arrested and held without charge for 3 months in solitary confinement.
My father thought that I deserved to be in detention. I couldn't just be in detention if there was nothing that I had done.
Activists consider black police collaborators with apartheid. In Margaret's community, black police are targeted for violent attack. The army now occupies the township.
The problem is these black policemen are being used by the apartheid regime. They are the people who come into the townships and harass people. They are the people who shoot at people, who kill people. You know, this is basically what they do. Due to the unrest in the township, so much happened. People were shot at by the police. And as a result, the masses in Alexandra became so angry that there was war between police and the masses in Alexandra. Now, the masses went about petrol bombing the homes of all policemen in Alexandra. As a result, policemen had to run away from Alexandra. So my father also had to move out of the township.
I happened to survive because...
The Earth Players collect oral history before turning it into dramatic form. Among the stories they listen to is an incident from the Soweto uprising.
We went to police station. At the police station, we found guys, they were about 15 to 16. They were standing in a horseshoe. They said, join them. Stand next to one another and nobody must talk. Yeah. You must just all be silent. Now these guys came in, okay? Said, okay, now to which political organization do you belong? I said to them, no, I belong to no political organization. These other ones started saying, oh, you don't want to talk? Ha ha! Leave him with me, guys. He's going to talk. You know these bags that they keep banknotes in? Yeah. They took it right into my head. They tightened it. They beat me. Not on the face, you know, on the ribs. With fist, boy. They say, if you want to talk with your foot. Just stamp your foot and then we know you want to talk. When I woke up, it was just one black policeman. I can still identify him, you know. I saw this guy. I looked at him. He said to me, why don't you tell them? I said, there's nothing to tell them. Please tell them to kill me then, at least. Rather than doing what they are doing to me now, let them kill me. You know what the other one said? No, we are going to kill you in any way. Don't worry, my friend. We are going to kill you. So he just looked at me. He says, what have you done? I looked at him. I couldn't answer him. I just stood up. I said, Martha! The whole guys, they started crying. I also joined them in crying. Then I said to Mongezi, don't tell them anything. I told them nothing. You don't know me, I don't know you. And I couldn't help it. I mean, I could see now I was dying. You know, death was just there, brother. It was inevitable. So I just stood up. I said, Amandla!
Koiki Motamne, Hojo Pokulwane, Zwandile Tindi.
Zwelakhe Butelezi.
Yeah, boss.
Ifokono.
Boss?
Yeah.
I'm looking for my son, Zwelakhe. He's gone missing, boss.
He's so. He's so. Zwelakhe Butelezi. Cell number 9. Public violence, arson, looting, agitator, pamphlets distributor. Jandini, are you really hiding a small communist in that house?
I call him, boss. Captain Van Donner knows about him.
Kak.
He's just a small boy, boss. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Kak. Kekiso. Kekiso. A stone thrower. Those kids are treating the situation like a carnival. Banning of policemen and banning of policemen houses is seen as some kind of fireworks display. And that nonsense must come to an end. You will have to deal with him as a father, or deal with him as a policeman. Set! You are going to tell me who hit me with the stone. What do you want from us? We build you schools. We give you education. You're a cock. Let's go. Stone thrower. You're in the prime of your can.
Where's Zwelakhe? Zwelakhe? What's the black power now, huh? Yeah, I'm talking to you, Mano.
He's stubborn.
Boss, wait a minute. You wait a minute, boss. This is my son.
Okay, okay.
Is this freedom? Eh? No, first start to look on a man.
Yeah.
Boss, wait a minute, boss. Wait, I said this is my son.
Okay.
Yeah, why not just tell the boss who hit him with a stone and fisa kwa mikaya. Talk!
Hey, go.
Wait a minute, let's go to talk.
Hey, will you talk, man? Yeah. Come now.
Talk. Talk, man! Haibo.
Hey.
Haibo. Yeah, wait, man. Hey, how cool are you, man? Pasiko telanda wonye, hulumeni senzeni. Pasiko telanda wonye, hulumeni senzeni. Pasiko telanda wonye, hulumeni senzeni. Pasiko telanda wonye, hulumeni.
Because the government outlaws even peaceful protests, funerals for people killed by the police have become political rallies.
Hey, Kuga! Hey, Kuga! Hey, Kuga! Hey, Kuga! Swereganzima! 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 Swereganzima!
The people's demonstrations often lead to more shootings, more funerals, more shootings. South Africa is frozen into a terrifying cycle of violence.
Children of the Lord, we have all come together today in the name of God. Because he has seen your children die in the streets. Why? Because he has seen your children die in jails. The work of the South African police.
Booah! Booah! They have killed my brother.
There are policemen right now waiting for us outside the church with the tear gas and guns. And also waiting for us out there with a gun is our brother, a black policeman. He can pick up a gun and point it at our children and wait for an order to shoot, to kill, just for his stomach. God is watching, Mandibagathixo. Uthi, what is happening in South Africa? God is calling for every poor man from all the corners of this country. And for goodness sake, you who belong to us and is waiting for us out there with the gun, God says, come inside the church. For here is milk and honey. Here is freedom. And here is life. Children of the Lord, let us not forget Kaloku. This is a church service. Amen.
The police are under no obligation to reveal the names of the people they arrest. Parents search for months for missing children. When people die in detention, it is officially called suicide. In the play, Naledi, out of pity for the relatives, has revealed that Zwelaki's friend Pule was in police custody when he died.
His brother committed suicide. Dead! And you just open your big mouth. I've been watching. I've been watching.
Hey, Captain, there's trouble coming, Captain.
What trouble?
All those school children from Davidton High School, Captain. They say they're going to march to this police station. They say Bazo Nyopa, Captain.
What? Nyopa?
Total destruction, Captain. There's a rumor that Pule Ramba is dead, and they say the police killed him. They say they're going to come here with pangas, knives, stones, and petrol bombs, but oh, it's bad, Captain.
Jesus. It is because of his big mouth. It's not my fault, Captain. It is your big mouth. And you are going out there to stop it. I'm not going there. Get hand up. Never.
You're a policeman, and this is your job.
I'm going to lock you up. All right?
Hey, if you don't want to be a policeman, forget it, man.
Abuti, did you want me to be a policeman? Just to come and run around the town shooting small little children? Look how he talks to his superiors, Captain Buta, man. I come from very far. I came to Joburg to look for work. And your policeman arrested me and put me in jail for sweet nothing, for pasafela. And today you want me to pick up a gun and go into the townships and shoot small school children. Is this how you serve and protect your police force? I think your police force is sick. What? Your police force is sick. You don't know. Captain. Policeman of no policeman, arrest Bopha.
In townships under siege, black policemen no longer dare to live in their own homes. They are outcasts in their own community. If caught, they are given the reward for collaborators. They are roasted in the fiery necklace of a burning tire.
Janini, I'm very sorry, my friend. Your house is on fire. The famous petrol bomb. Kids and parents surrounded your house with bricks,
sparkles, carrying placards, shouting, Jandini, release your son. He's fighting for your freedom. The police found the house in flames and dispersed the crowd. At least 2 people died, a woman and a child. And it is reported your ex-wife, Rosie. She's seriously injured and admitted in a hospital. She was caught up by a stray rubber bullet while she was running down the street looking for her son, Zolaki. Njandini, the station commander is talking to you.
Zolake. Zolake. Bob. It's bad, mfana wami. You have no home now. It's bent down. Your mother is in the hospital. Stray rubber bullet. Your uncle Naledi has been fired from the police force, and look where you are now.
I don't regret it. I've been telling you. Right now, my mother's in a hospital. All because of a stray rubber bullet from the stray police force. Uncle is fired from work. And what about you, Baba? What about you? Can you see if they found you at home? You'll have been roasted alive. Can you see your job has made you an enemy of your own family? Right now, I don't have a home. All because of your job, Baba.
I call Nandotana. It's you and your Black Power friends.
It's your job, Baba.
It's your Black Power, Ndodana.
Baba, it's your job.
Okay, let's leave it right there, mfana wami.
What are we going to do now, Baba?
Zolak. Uncle, is that you? Eyamshan. It's me. Himuna. It's bad. I'm no longer a policeman.
What happened?
Your father knows. Even right now, he is still carrying a gun. Habuti, man. Habuti, man. This is not your fight, man. People are dying in the locations. Even policemen are dying. Habuti. You are getting finished. Where is your house? Finished. Where's Van Donor? Van Donor does not stay in the location. Think about it. Think.
Info. I'm left with only 2 years to go on pension.
Hey, Nick. Uncle, leave him alone. What are you going to do now?
Zolak, I am going to fix my past. These Afrikaners are mad. And I'm still saying it. I was born right here in Johannesburg, in the white suburbs, Sandton. Whether they like it or not, this past of mine will come right. This past of mine must come right.
Baba. Baba.
Abuti. Abuti, your son is talking to you.
Siaya, 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 epito, oh, siaya, epito, siaya, mama, epito, siaya, basopa we malan, siaya, basopa we boat, siaya, epito, siaya, siaya, siaya.
It is easy to underestimate the hold that apartheid has on South Africa. While it didn't begin to take its present form in terms of legislation until the 1950s, its roots go back more than 300 years. To read the history of South Africa since the first Europeans arrived in 1652 is like reading a map that leads inexorably to apartheid. It's also easy to misunderstand the politics of apartheid. The National Party, which has been in power for 40 years, is far from the homogeneous, monolithic monster it may appear from this distance. The NP encompasses a wide range of Afrikaner, including many conservative, even extreme right-wing elements. The National Party has been able to win election after election only on the basis of preserving its unity, of avoiding a split, and that has meant keeping the right wing happy, very much limiting the reforms that many other white South Africans would like to see. In fact, since the early 1980s, the National Party has been trying to ease the tensions, to ameliorate some of the more offensive aspects of apartheid, and to create a parliamentary modus operandi for Indians and those of mixed race. And this did create a split on the right with the formation in 1982 of the Conservative Party, which won seats from the NP in several subsequent by-elections, much reducing the NP's traditional huge parliamentary majority. But interestingly, as the NP lost votes on the right, it began picking up votes from the Progressive Federal Party, representing English-speaking South Africans and business. Looking at the history and the structure of apartheid in South Africa, it is difficult to imagine its complete dismantling in the near future. While it's tempting to look at Eastern Europe as an example of how quickly things can change, the situation in South Africa is very different. Next week on Cross Currents, a film that really will tear at your heart. It looks at the child victims of the wars in Angola and Mozambique. It's called Chain of Tears. Here's a preview.
A criança que parece pouco anormal do grupo é o Carney Gaú, tem 6 anos, vem de Chibuto. Ele parece pouco anormal porque está muito dramatizado pela situação que aconteceu a quando do seu rapto. Tanto segundo nos conta, quando chegaram em casa dele, apanharam toda a família. Levaram toda a família, meteram numa casa e obrigaram-no para incendiar a casa. Aquela gente estava dentro da casa. Pensou que tivessem ido embora para incendiar as outras. Que ainda estivesse fora, eles não contavam com isso. Então, nisto, foi quando eles tentaram sair, já em agonia por causa do fumo. Então, quando saíram, eles pegaram aquelas pessoas, mataram a katana e machado, dividiram em peças, meteram num tambor e fizeram fogo e deixaram. E raptaram no miúdo. Então, praticamente, o miúdo, neste momento, está sozinho, sendo uma criança de 6 anos. Quer dizer, ele está aqui, quando ele recorda dessas coisas, cria esse drama na cabeça que não consegue nos falar.
Chain of Tears, next week on Cross Currents. For many of the programs on Cross Currents, I've written brief summaries of the historical and political events and circumstances that have created the situations filmed. Information that may not be incorporated into the film, but establishes a context that you may find interesting. I've written one such viewer's guide about apartheid, relating to both tonight's film, Bopha, and next week's Chain of Tears. Let us know if you'd like one. For Cross Currents, I'm Jim Carney. Good night.
Viewers' guides for each program in the Cross Currents series are available at a cost of $3 each or $25 for the full set of 10. You can obtain your guides by writing to The Knowledge Bookstore, Post Office Box 94,000, Richmond, BC, V6Y2A2. If you prefer, you can or at one of these numbers, 660-2190, or toll-free 1-800-663-9711. And you can charge the order to your Visa or MasterCard. Once again, the cost of these informative guides is $3 each or $25 for the set of 10. Order yours now.
The song Siaya means we are going to Pretoria, we are going to put across our grievances and bring an end to apartheid. And if they don't listen to us, we're going to cause trouble for them.